So I want to talk about this maxing thing. When you have a bunch of males all together, these incels, this group that is, they feel like they're forced together. They're trying to live this system of patriarchy alone. It actually doesn't work alone. They need people to oppress in that system. They need people to oppress. And so when you get them all alone, because there's no women there for them to use, there are no queer people there for them to bully, there's nobody there to break that up, that imbalance up, they are forced to balance themselves. So they start to groom and force the weaker men to become the girls. Who gonna be the girls? That's what they start questioning. And because it's only all males, the weaker males become the girls. You know where that also happens? Prison. All the males forced together, somebody becomes the girls, groomed and influenced to become the girls. There's no freedom in it. I think this shows up subtly in those kind of locker room spaces too, like that kind of that smacking of each other's asses, that wrestling, and that homoeroticism, that horseplay that leads to a lot of queer sex. If you know, you know. I think it shows up subtly in that, but follow me. This is literally just prison wifery in the all-male carceral system coming out. Coming out and online. That's really what it is. Because they are forced in that situation. And so they are trying to figure out, how do I mimic the rules of patriarchy in this all male situation that I am unhealthily forced in? And so I'm just trying to recreate the harms of the outside world in this all male exclusive little circle. That's what happens in prison. But the difference is the prisoners are actually forced in the situation. You right-wing clowns that's doing this, you're actually not forced in the situation. You think you are, and so you're making this little group of incels. Oh, the outside world doesn't believe in us. We can't succeed in this system of patriarchy, so we're forced to be losers, and we need to fight against that. So let's turn little impressionable little young boys into girls so we can have somebody to oppress. That's what y'all doing, but y'all not in prison. Even though it's not right when they do it in prison, but you're out. You're out in the streets. You can actually become a good fucking person and actually cultivate healthy relationships with people. But you don't want to do that because you're too invested in the system of patriarchy instead of working on your fucking self to build a world that all of us can live in and be safe in without the need of domination. But you don't want to do that. You're not forcing it. You're forcing yourself in it. And you're grooming young people. Why are y'all not focused on that grooming? Why are you not trying to fix that grooming and stop that, legislate against that?